Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. A former WWE superstar recently revealed that a big gimmick bout between him and Roman Reigns was canceled. On November 30th, at Survivor Series, the head of the table will compete in the men's War Games match with Sami Zayn and the USOs. Jinder Mahal said on the YouTube channel of former WWE talent Maven Huffman that he was set to meet Roman Reigns in a Punjabi prison match at Money in the Bank 2018, but the arrangements fell through, according to the Samoan Supremacy on Instagram. At the main event 6 years ago, Reigns and Mahal faced off in a singles bout, with the original tribal chief coming out on top. The business unveiled Mahal earlier this year. While working for the Stanford-based organization, the seasoned veteran won the United States Championship and went on to become a WWE champion. It was only business, Jinder Mahal said when he recently discussed his April release from the organization. He also hadn't ruled out the chance of going back to the promotion in the future. The modern-day Maharaja addressed his dismissal from the organization in an exclusive interview earlier this year with Sportskeeda Wrestling's senior editor Bill Apter and Dr. Chris Featherstone. According to him, the most fascinating thing about business was how it changed all the time. On the positive side, Mahal said that he was still wrestling professionally and that life goes on. After being released from the organization, Mahal continued to be active in the wrestling industry. The 38-year-old's potential return to the promotion at a later date is something to look forward to. While some storylines in professional wrestling take place in the spotlight, others haunt the shadows, leaving fans to wonder what may have been. It was recently announced that a former WWE superstar was supposed to face off against Roman Reigns, the current tribal chief and one of the most dominating champions in WWE history, in a big gimmick battle. Fans are now curious about what may have occurred if the plans had really materialized, and this story has certainly piqued their interest. What follows is an analysis of this disclosure, the superstar's career, and the possible effects of this feud on WWE's narrative. The allegation was made by Name Removed, a wrestler who had a promising run with WWE but whose career never really took off on the main stages. This legendary wrestler had the makings of a beloved hero or a hated villain, thanks to his magnetic promos and distinctive in-ring demeanor. He had moments of genius while working for WWE, but he eventually left the organization due to creative disputes and a desire for better possibilities elsewhere. But in a recent interview, he came clean about how WWE had been plotting a high-profile rivalry with Roman Reigns, which was supposed to end in a gimmick match, right up until he left. The ex-celebrity claims that the battle was going to be a high-stakes last man standing with an ego clash at its core. The plan all along was to make him seem like a bold newcomer who doesn't care about Roman Reigns' status as head of the table. It was going to be one of those career-defining moments, the celebrity said. They wanted me to push Roman to his limit, to make people believe for just a second that the tribal chief might lose. Roman Reigns' dominating reign as Universal Champion was supposed to have a new chapter, and the feud was supposed to have been set to coincide with one of WWE's big pay-per-views, maybe SummerSlam or Survivor Series. The former superstar spilled the beans on the plot that WWE was planning. They wanted to make sure I wasn't simply another competitor. Unlike him, I could outplan and outtalk him, and I could force him to do things he hadn't been forced to do in a long time. I was going for a more subversive tone with my character, one that would make him doubt his own allegiance and the legitimacy of his position as tribal chief. With its many plot points, the gimmick match would have culminated in a fierce competition. The superstar dropped hints that the battle may have been memorable if it had included aspects of treachery, family strife, a common motif in Reigns' stories, and a personal grudge. Regrettably, the scheduled contest never took place. The ex-superstar didn't spill the beans, but he did imply that creative changes at WWE were to blame. Many factors were at play at the time. They were probably afraid to mess with Roman's persona since he was on such a roll. They wanted to shield him because, well, he's the man. I thought we could have told a fantastic tale, so it was disheartening. He went on to suggest that his personal discontent with WWE's creative direction was a factor in the decision. It seemed as if I were going nowhere fast. They would wait a second before doing nothing. Knowing you were capable of more made it difficult to maintain your motivation. The superstar asked for his release from WWE not long after these plans fell through, and he eventually left to pursue possibilities with other firms. When it comes to WWE, Roman Reigns has been unrivaled during his time as Universal Champion. Very few opponents have been able to really challenge him. His character has taken on a new dimension under his tribal chief guise, which combines haughtiness, manipulation, and physical power in a way that people love and detest. A rivalry with the ex-superstar may have provided Reigns with an interesting challenge. This rivalry would have been centered on charm and psychological warfare, unlike his opponents Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes, who have relied on classic babyface themes. After hearing about the missing match, people started to wonder what may have happened. Many people took to social media to voice their dismay that the plans were never implemented. A supporter said on Twitter, "Roman versus name removed in a last man standing contest that has the potential to become a timeless masterpiece. WWE failed to deliver. I love Roman's run, but they need to mix it up," another commenter said. Someone who irritates him and causes him to question his own abilities may have been the ideal counterpoint for him. But other people weren't convinced. Some spectators felt that a mid-card talent who hadn't shown himself in the main event shouldn't have been given the chance to steal Roman's invincible aura. When he left WWE, the superstar made a big splash in other firms, demonstrating his value as a performer and an innovator. He has shown to the world what WWE could have lost out on, whether in intense bouts or passionate promos. Though he acknowledged the squandered chance with Roman Reigns still hurts, he denied harboring any resentment against WWE in the same interview. "I like to keep my peace. I am appreciative that WWE provided me with a platform. However, a little part of me will forever question, what if?" Regarding Roman Reigns, his tenure as tribal chief is far from over. It has been difficult for WWE to find new, credible opponents as they have continued to build around his supremacy. Had Reigns been involved in a feud with the previous superstar, would it have made his tenure as champion more intriguing? It is the opinion of many fans. Not every tale gets told, or every fantasy match gets made in the dynamic world of professional wrestling. This former WWE superstar's involvement in a rumored gimmick bout with Roman Reigns highlights how random the industry can be. Even if this feud never materializes in a WWE ring, it remains a compelling what-if scenario for fans. Maybe fate will bring them together again, and then this tale may be recounted. Up until then, it's just another intriguing piece of WWE history.